Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coco. Today's 10 a.m. Strong and Steady class. I am Jen, all masked up, ready to get working. So I'm seated on my chair, on my sit bones, in my neutral spinal position, okay? Extend your arms out from your sides. Relax through your neck and tops of shoulders and begin making small circles with your arms. And then you can gaze down and look at the set of your feet as they extend out from your hips. They should be running parallel to your hips. So knees out, ankles under feet or under knees. Weight resting gently in the soles of your feet. Good. Okay, you'll notice that my circles are getting slightly bigger and bigger. I change directions. Then I'm going to slow down to a stop and do as big a circles as I can with one arm at a time, going in a backstroke. Good, and still trying to stay relaxed in the neck and tops of shoulders and soften through the chest. All right, let's switch sides. We have a fun workout in store today. All we need is our chair and some dumbbells. We're gonna do some weights, fair amount of weights, some cardio sprinkled through, and then some core work on the mat. All right, so now we'll come to standing and we'll start warming up our lower body. So we'll begin with our hinges. As I turn to give you a lateral view, I place my hands on my hips, draw that belly button in, exhale as I melt my neutral spine down to a parallel. Okay, I have a soft bend in my knees. I rise back up to my neutral without a pronounced hip thrust, which is kind of a tricky thing. A lot of times we have a tendency to thrust those hips out, but we don't want to develop that as a habit to thrust those hips. Good. All right, once you start feeling that blood flow, then we'll go into a body weight squat. So extend those arms out front, crossing them in front. I call that my genie arm position. Elbows extended parallel to my armpits as I do my body weight squats. And again, no knee thrust or no hip thrust. Rise, legs straighten and sink. Okay, so we have 3 real circuits before we get into our Pilates today. So we're going to start with our chair, and we're going to do our first element is going to be around the chair lunges. All right, so if you want, you can grab a dumbbell. If you don't need your chair, you can grab 2, but I will do my work with the chair to demonstrate. Okay, so around the chair lunges. So what that means is we get, without the chair, we'd call it around the world lunges, as though to imply that we're doing everything. Okay, so we're gonna do a front lunge, a reverse lunge, and a lateral lunge. We'll do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, okay? And then we'll go into some more work. But let's start here. We have 10, so 5 on one, 5 on the other. The chair's on my right. I'm gonna have a dumbbell just in one arm. Good work to have an uneven load. It puts more emphasis on the other side of your core to keep that neutral spine, okay? So the dumbbell's in my left. I'm hyper-focused on the right side of my core, my obliques. Hand down, right hand down, my right foot's down, okay? So I'm gonna go forward lunge, backward lunge, and then lateral lunge. That's 1. Forward, backward, and lateral. So this is a nice one to focus on hip opener and glute engagement. Good. So as you go through it, think, how am I using my glutes here? Last one, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, nice job. Now move to the other side of the chair. Dumbbell goes to the other side. Left foot down, forward lunge, backward lunge, and lateral lunge. Nice, working through that range of motion. Here's 3. And lateral. 4, Last one. Good, use that chair as you need. And 5. Woo! All right, now we're gonna beat up our biceps. We're going to go into a split stance. It's going to be a stabilizing split stance, okay? So hopefully your balance is true today. All right, so glutes engaged. If you look at me laterally, here's how I look. All right, weight evenly distributed on both legs. Front knee is bent. That glute is engaged. I'm gonna start off with 10 bicep curls, just in this traditional format. And I don't wanna fall over. All right, so calm in your footbeds, ready? 10 of these, 1, 2, using your breath, 3, 4, 5, concentric, eccentric, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, feet together and step back. Now we're gonna do reverse bicep curls, 10 of them. So these are palms down. Now, you may need lighter weights for these. For reverse curls, you're trying to strengthen the muscles in your forearm, where on the tops of your arms. Elbows locked in, okay? Change your split stance. Okay, ready? So now I have right leg forward. 1, 2, 3. Strong grip, and your wrist shouldn't bend. So as you look down, you're focusing on straight wrists. 5, 6. Try not to use momentum. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so hopefully your glutes are feeling really good, really fired up. Now we're gonna stand in a bent over position and do some reverse flies. Now the risk in here is that you'll round in your spine. So always be thinking long through the tailbone, okay, long through the spine. Lifting that pelvic floor and transverse to support your lumbar. Okay, you ready? So hinge and bend over. All right, now reverse flies, surround those arms. Got it? Exhale, 1, 2. Now, sometimes some people draw their feet together, so they're kissing. And this is nothing different than a hinge. So you want your feet comfortably distanced apart. 9 and 10. Lower the dumbbells and hinge back to standing. So we don't stand doing our reverse fly with our legs kissed together. Okay, now we're back to the top. All right, lunges. All right, you ready? Use that chair if you need to. Forward, backward, and lateral. Forward, backward, lateral. Being mindful of keeping that tension out of your knees. You don't have to lower yourself all the way to the ground if it's not comfortable for you. Last one on this leg. All right, nicely done. Now we're switching sides. Using your breath, exhaling to rise. Forward, backward, lateral. Good, nice and controlled. Glute, 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 glute. So my left foot is down throughout here. So I'm trying to be very focused on my right glute. Excellent. Okay, back to our split stance bicep curls. All right. So it doesn't matter which leg you start with, because we're going to force both sides to stabilize us in this position, okay? That's our job here with our glutes. Stabilize our hips. Okay, palms up, bicep curls. 1, 2, 3. So we're preserving that neutral spine. We're not wiggling. Good, lengthen and contract. 8, 9, and 10. Excellent, we'll switch sides and do the reverse bicep curl. Elbows in, palms down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you may find that split stance is more about balance for you than glute engagement, and that's good too. And 9, 10. Good, lower with control. Now we're back to our reverse flies. Finding your good position. All right, so feet under hips, comfortably distanced. Hinging forward, exhale, neutral spine. Round those arms. Exhale, draw from the elbows. 2. Nice and slow. 4, 5, 6. Draw from your back. 8, 9, and 10. Woo, okay, one more round of this. All right, around the chair lunges. Ready, steady, forward lunge, backward lunge, and lateral. Good. So my right foot is down the whole time, stuck to the ground as I go around the world, forward, backward, into the side. And my core, my spine is staying neutral. Good, okay. Switch sides, ready, steady, left foot down, go. 1. Use your breath. Squeeze, feel your glutes. Good, 4. Last one, and 5. All right, no, I'm not giving you a break. We have just a couple more exercises. All right, so now we're back to our bicep curls. Now, is your heart rate going? Use your breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. All right, palms up, bicep curl. 1. Deep inhales through the nose, long exhales out the mouth. Don't expel all your breath in the first second. 9 and 10. Good, alter your stance. Right leg forward. All right, palms down. 1, 2. Reverse curl. 3. Don't let your wrists bend. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. Hopefully you're staying steady in your torso. 10. Bend over, reverse flies. Exhale as you hinge forward. Round those arms. Reverse fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, Elbows are drawn to the ceiling by magnets. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Lower those arms, exhale, belly button to spine, hinge back to standing. Excellent, okay. All right, now we're gonna do a tiny, tiny Tabata. Tiny, tiny Tabata, that doesn't quite count as alliteration, but teeny tiny Tabata does, so teeny tiny Tabata. We're gonna do a high march, 3 rounds of 30 seconds. We're gonna give ourselves 15 seconds between each set, okay? All right, now, if you want to do more than high march and you're able to get off the ground and do high knees, you're welcome to do that. But otherwise, you and me, we're high marching. Ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, first things first, pump those arms. We want to make sure our shoulders aren't over rotating. So our thumbs are moving from ears to hips with our elbows right at our hips. All right, swinging back and forth in nice straight lines. All right, now we're working off the balls of our feet. All right, so if you were here in the club, you could hear the balls of my feet pounding into the ground. My heels are not touching the ground. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice job. Good blood flow action. Okay, we got 10 seconds. The last item, well, not the last, got to talk about knee height, so belly button high as we're able, right? The last should be the first is core engagement. Ready, steady, let's go. All right, so we're in our neutral spine. Our shoulders are back, our chest is lifted. Belly button in, and breathe, and pound it out. Get those knees up. Good. Nice work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we got one more round. Let's make sure we're tying that all together. Our arms, our core, our feet, and our knee height. Ready, steady, let's go. Last round of 30. Pound it out. Nice job. Use that breath. Inhale and exhale. Good work. Got 5 seconds. Stay relaxed in the neck. Do it. Finish strong. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nicely done. All right, now we got our blood flowing. Okay, now you can get a little drink. Okay, round 2. So we have some weights and we have some balancing work in round 2. For the weights, we're gonna do those front back punches to help us develop our shoulders, right? So the first round is gonna be bent over front back punches where we're working here, okay? Focusing on your isometric hold and controlling the weights as it goes down. All right, that eccentric portion. The next one is squat thrusters, okay? So for those of you that are not comfortable doing squat thrusters, so it's a squat and a thrust. If you're not comfortable with that, you can do body weight squats, or you can use dumbbells in a suitcase carry, okay, here, and rise, okay? If you're not comfortable doing a squat and a thrust, okay? So, and then we have standing oblique crunches, and we get to do 10 on each side. Slow, slow, slow. All right, so grab the right dumbbells for you in these bent over front back punches. Let's work those delts. All right, you ready? Okay, we're gonna exhale into our hinge, palms facing behind us toward our kneecaps. Ready? And swim forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, hinge to standing. Now, if you have those dumbbells and you want to use them, you can stack them either palms facing or palms out. Squat thrusters, ready? Inhale as you squat, exhale to the ceiling. 2, 3. You're trying to transfer energy out of your hamstrings and legs to help you drive that weight to the ceiling. Now at the top, there's no hip thrust. Here it comes again, the hip thrust. Good. 8, 9, and 10. All right, dumbbells down. Now, using your chair as you need to for a standing oblique crunch. If you don't need your chair, that's great. I'll have it positioned just in case. All right, we're gonna stay 10 on one leg, all right? So this is really gonna work that single side glute and oblique. Ready, steady, exhale, 1, long eccentric, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we're going back to those muscles that we hit Tuesday with that steering wheel twist, right? 8, 9, and 10. Those are the muscles, the press out twist. Other side, ready? 1, 2, center of gravity, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, we're back to the top now. Front back punches. All right, ready? Exhale. Yes, we're working with little rest. 1, front back punch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice and slow in the eccentric. 9 and 10. Okay, squat thrusters, ready. Body weight squat and thrust, or air squat. 2, no hip thrust. 3, exhale, zip the rib cage at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Dumbbells down. Standing oblique crunch next to the chair. Ready, steady, crunch, and down. Crunch on a 2 count. 1, 2, 3. Good. Nice and slow coming down. Visualize that lengthening through the oblique. Don't just drop the weight of the leg. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Switch to the other side of the chair. New leg. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Nicely done. Squeeze and slow. 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, back to the front back punches. All right, if you feel yourself tiring, take a nice long inhale and a nice exhale. Here we go, front back punches. Hinge. Good, ready? 1, 2, 3. Try and stay calm in your neck. 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice and slow. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Hinge. All right, curl up onto the rack, those dumbbells. Squat thrusters. Ready? And squat and thrust. 2. Yes, we're keeping moving. 3, 4, 5. I always focus on my hamstrings with this movement. Lengthen and contract. Weight in my heels and I visualize it. 9 and 10. Okay, last set of oblique crunches. Ready, steady, go. 1, nice and slow. 2, slowing down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, single leg balance, everybody. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, other side, ready. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which leg is better? Are they the same? Or do you have better balance on one? 7, 8, use that oblique, poke it. 9, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, now we have our cardio. I'm gonna turn on the fans in here because it's getting roasty. Okay, so our cardio is footwork. Again, we're gonna do in and out footwork. So it's really great if you had boundaries, right? Because it's basically lateral work, all right? It's also agility. Because again, I don't want to hear your feet scraping on the ground. I want them to get off of the ground as well as you can. All right, so in and out and in, out and in. So we're stepping wide laterally, right? Using our glutes, balancing with our obliques, and then coming back to the center. So adductors, abductors, core, call it whatever you want. Start with your dominant foot. Next round, we'll do non-dominant foot. Okay, ready, steady, let's go. Out and in. And you can go as quick as you want. It can be fast fire feet, or you can just focus on, can I do this consistently without dragging my feet on the carpet or on the tile or on your mat out in front of you? All right. Good. Three, 2, and 1. Okay. Hopefully you're feeling your inner thighs light up. Okay, now we got 15 seconds off. And then I started with my dominant foot, so now I'm gonna start with my non-dominant foot. Ready, steady, and go. Out and in. Good. Now here you're working from the balls of your feet still, yes. Always the balls of your feet, Jen, why? Well, helps you keep your core loaded. All right. There's a lot of reasons why, but you're doing great. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, nicely done. We have one more round of 30. Your choice. I would say stick with your non-dominant leg leading, all right? Ready? 3, 2, and 1. Go, non-dominant. Yeah, I hear Rachel going faster and faster over here. Good work. In and out, in and out. Core's engaged, shoulders stay level, not hunching, right? That's what we tend to do when we get tired, is we hunch our shoulders. Don't do that. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, hot feet, get some water. All right, last round. Now we're gonna use our chair a little bit here. Now, this first exercise I really like with no weights at all, or the lightest weights you can find, because these are airplane arms. And with airplane arms, we're gonna be seated on our sits bones, neutral spine, and then hinge forward and let your arms hang down from your shoulders, right? And then we exhale and draw them up. And we're trying to make our chest completely dead. Our arms are dead, and imagine they're floating to the surface of a pool. Or you can imagine that you're a bird, right? And you're gazing down at the ground and you're flapping your wings. And we're trying to use our rear deltoids, our lats, and some of our middle and lower traps. We're trying not to use our chest. That's a hard part about letting go here, and which is why I like to do it with no weights, because I'm training myself to let my chest not be involved in this movement, okay? I'm trying to train my back to do it. So we have airplane arms, then we're gonna go into some pike push-ups. Okay, ready? All right, so I'm on my chair, on my sit bones, I'm hinging forward at the hips. Knees stay stable, don't let them kiss together. Drop your arms, take a neutral neck so you're gazing forward. All right, we got 10, soft through the chest, exhale, 1. And focus on the back, 2, 3, lighten the fingers, just visualize those rear deltoids. 5, pulling the weight of the arms. 7, 8, and an isometric hold in there. 9 and 10. Good. Okay, now we have pike push-ups with our chair. Now, if you'd like to do it without your chair, you're free to go all the way down to the ground. Remember, it's essentially a down dog position. Using my chair, I'm going to gaze down at my toes, okay? So the top of my head is focused on the chair, and I'm gonna bend at the elbow, lower my head to the chair, and press back up. 1, 2, 3, and you try to make your legs as dead as you can into the mat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, that's for our shoulders as well. Okay, and more shoulders. Now I want you to pick a single weight for halos. And we're gonna do these halos around our neck and around our waist. So lots of shoulder work in this set. Okay, so I've got a dumbbell at my chest, my elbows are in. We're gonna go 5 times around. Okay, ready? So wrap that dumbbell around like a scarf and then around your waist. Around the head like a scarf and then around the waist. 3, strong and healthy shoulders. 4, and strong grip. 5, good. Okay, that's 1. Now I'm going the other way toward my left ear and around. 2, wrap it all the way around for 3, 4, good, and 5. Nicely done. Okay, back to the chair. Now we're gonna do an incline plank on our chair and do mountain climbers. Okay, so grasping the chair on either side, stepping back into your good incline high plank, right? Load your lats, your wrists are under your armpits. All right, exhale, one knee, 1, to the elbow, 2, 3, 4, everything stays still, 5, 6, transverse is lifting toward the spine, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nicely done. Back onto the chair for airplane arms. All right, you ready? Hinge forward. Arms are drooping, nice and relaxed and soft, they're dead. Exhale, float to the top of the pool. 2, 3, 4, visualize the backs of the shoulders, drawing them up. 6, 7, maintain your neutral spine. 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, pike push-ups. All right. I'm doing 10. Okay, you stay with me as you're able. I'm on the balls of my feet. I'm gazing down at my toes. 1, lowering my head to my chair. 3, legs are dead. 4, 5, 6. The only thing hinging is my elbow. 7, 8, 9, good tricep work, and 10. Nicely done. Okay, back to our halos. Okay, halos. Figure 8s, ready? Dumbbell at the chest, elbows in. Wrap that scarf around the neck and then around the waist. 2, I'm going right ear first and all the way around. 3, hand to hand, don't toss it behind your back, hand to hand. Make that arm reach across as you're able. We want to have that range of motion. Okay, change, left ear, around and around. 2, around the waist, nice and stable. 3, 4, long breath as I wrap it around my waist, and 5, and around. Good, okay, back to our figure 8, or our mountain climbers rather. Chair, grasping on either sides. Stepping back into your incline high plank, engage your lats. Ready, 1, 2, this is a 3-legged plank, totally sturdy. 5, 6, use that breath, lift that belly button. 9, and 10. Good, okay. Last round through. Have a seat, airplane arms. By about this time, this is where I can start feeling that blood flow into my shoulders, a nice gentle burn. Stay with me, okay? Seat, hinge, droop. Exhale, the droop is the arms, not your spine. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, good. Relax those fingers. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. I should rename that one from airplane arms to eagle arms, because I think I feel more like a bird than an airplane. Okay, pike push-ups. Ready, steady, lower the head and up. 2, 3, and 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, okay. Dumbbell for halo around the world, figure 8s, ready? Okay, right ear and around the belly. 2, and around. Notice I start and finish in that same position as I go around the ear. So I have that really tight point of precision where I want my shoulder to be able to support. I'm literally wrapping that dumbbell around my neck. Okay, left ear all the way around and then around the waist. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Around the back of the neck. That's a hard one. Excellent. Okay, mountain climbers. All right, pay attention. Make sure those headlights on your shoulders and hips are pointed forward. Ready, steady. 1, 2. So you want those headlights to not change and twist. 7, 9. All right, nicely done. Okay, now our chair's out of the way. We're on our last round of cardio, our last little teeny tiny Tabata. And we're gonna do over-overs, which are hip openers. So we're imagining there's, I mean, if you wanted, you could leave your chair here to do it, because we're raising that leg up and over. So as you watch me, you can see the bottom of my foot up and over the chair. That's my goal. My goal is also not to crunch up into a ball with my core, right? So my core is nice and engaged, maintaining my neutral spine. as I pull that leg up and over. Okay, you ready? All right, we got 30 seconds, steady and go. Over and over, over. Long breaths, keep it up. You don't have to go any speed other than your own that you can maintain with good form. I like to tell my basketball boys, never practice a bad habit. If you're doing it wrong, don't do it wrong just because you can do it hard. Okay, time. Slow it down, do it well. Practice what it feels like to do it correctly, okay? And you have 30 seconds and 30 seconds more of practicing what it feels like to do it correctly. Ready, steady, let's go. Exhale over and over. I'm breathing into my low belly. So the glute that's staying on the ground is firing, right? To keep that pelvis stable. Okay, time, right? He is working very, very hard to keep your pelvis from swaying from side to side as that leg goes, okay? So if you're feeling that, that's correct. All right, last round. Ready, steady, let's go. Over and over. Fire that standing leg glute. Exhale and exhale. Try not to lean back. Be aware of your good posture. Good, we got 5 more seconds. Last one. Woo! Okay, nicely done. Now, position your chair because we're gonna go down to the ground or reach for your water, but we are going down to the ground. Okay, so hand on the seat of the chair, down into a half kneel, and down onto 2 knees. Now, for today, we're gonna start off our Pilates on our knees. So hopefully you have a pillow handy or a blanket if you need some support for your knees. Now, there's a couple areas in Pilates where we focus muscle development and inner thighs and hamstrings, okay? So we are going to work on leg raises from tabletop. Now, what does that mean? Tabletop, good tabletop position, wrists under armpits, lats engaged, knees under hips. Great, Jen. Okay, now, what we're gonna do to activate and work on our hamstrings here is we'll extend one leg so it's all the way out as though we're going into high plank, but we're not. We're gonna exhale and try to activate through that hamstring and lift the leg up and lower it. Now I want you, it's a lot of mind work here because I want you to focus on your breath and belly work, but then just activating through that hamstring to drag that dead leg up to parallel, okay? All right, so here we are on our tabletop, all right? Let's start with your breath. We're inhaling in through our nose and exhaling out our mouth. And as we go in through our nose, that air travels into our chest. And as we exhale, our belly is flattening as our transverse lifts and wraps up toward our spine. Okay, inhale and exhale. Now let's go ahead and extend that right leg back, okay? And we're gonna work on that breath again. Inhale and exhale. Now my breath always precipitates my movement. So I'm gonna begin my exhale before I begin to contract through my hamstring, okay? Inhale through the nose, exhale, and then lift. And then exhale as you slowly lower. So we're focusing on the muscle on the back of the leg, exhaling to raise the leg, contracting the hamstring, and then slowly lengthening to lower it back down. You're lengthening it only until it is parallel to your shoulders and hips. And back down. Good. 2 more. That isometric hold is a time where you pause and say, is my hamstring holding the weight of my leg? And back down. That's what you're evaluating. Is my core engaged? Do I feel it in my lower back, or do I need to use my low belly more to take that strain out of my low back? Am I feeling it in my low back because I've now tilted my pelvis? Okay, your pelvis should remain neutral. If you tilt your pelvis, your heel is probably higher than your hip. Okay, so find your neutral. Let's switch legs. Okay, find your neutral in tabletop. Okay, find that neutral pelvis, belly button drawn in. Inhale and exhale. And then extend that left leg back nice and comfortably. Okay, find that new feeling of neutral in your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, hamstring contracts to float the leg up, and then slowly return. Now, if this is very easy for you to do, say, yep, I'm lighting up my hamstrings, Jen, no problem. Okay, now feel where your weight is in your arms. Are you lighting up your lats, or have your arms sneaked above your shoulders? Get them underneath your shoulders. And then return the knee. Nothing else should be moving in that sequence. So what that one is going toward, we're working on that progression for a high plank leg raise, right? Okay, so similarly, when we're in high plank, we can do that same single leg raise where the hamstring's just gonna float the leg up, but now my pelvis is totally supported by my core, okay? So that's why I was emphasizing, make sure you feel your lats and obliques supporting your pelvis, even though one leg is down, because later on, we're gonna take that leg away. We're gonna put you in a full high plank, and we're gonna try and do that single leg raise, okay? So we have to support our spine, not with the leg that's on the ground. We have to memorize what it feels like to engage our core so much that our spine can be stable without legs. Okay, all right. Now, let's start working toward that. So now we're gonna elevate into bird dogs, okay? So with bird dogs, we exhale and one arm, one leg extends away from the belly button, and it's opposites, okay? But that same level of engagement is necessary, okay? Inhale in through the nose and into the chest. Exhale, low belly wraps. I always take that good breath. And then on my next exhale, I'm gonna extend my left leg and right arm away. Find my balance and return. And I'm gonna stay with that same side really slowly, trying to not wiggle at all as I go through my bird dogs. Slowly return. Exhale, extend away from my belly button. Hold the weight of that leg in your hamstring. Exhale. And exhale. Good. Okay, let's go to the other side now. Strong tabletop, shoulders are down, armpits activated. Okay, ready? So now this is going to be left hand, right leg. Inhale. Initiate your exhale, and then extend away. Slowly return. Now you can lower your hand and knee to the ground if you need to, but if you don't need to, take on that challenge. Stay balanced. Use your breath. Good. Okay, and then park the car back in the garage. All right, nicely done. Now, the last one that we're going to work on is a spine stretch. Okay, we've done this before, but we want to revisit it. Our spine stretch, we're taking our spine, which is normally lengthened this way, and we want to lengthen it this way, like, oh, almost like we're folding that slinky, right, end to end, and we create this separation in the vertebrae and stretching all those muscles that connect the vertebrae, or spinal erector, okay? So that's our goal. We start in tabletop, all right? And we never go into cow, All right, so we're going to inhale in through our chest. And as we exhale, we're going to begin lifting our transverse. And as we lift our transverse, it's going to begin pushing our spine toward the ceiling, so much so that we soften through the shoulder blades and our gaze drips down toward our legs. Good. And then we slowly return back to neutral. Now, I want you to imagine that your transverse abdominis, your deepest layer of your anterior core, is so strong, it is going to punch its way up there, not literally with that sort of effort, but it is so strong, it's going to drive your spine all the way to the ceiling to create that round, okay? So don't stretch your back. Your active muscles shouldn't be in your back. It's your transverse. I think I've used the analogy of a little bird trying to break out of a shell when it's being, born to the world, I guess. Okay, visualize that as your transverse. Okay, inhale and exhale. Pelvic floor, transverse rib cage, pressing its way toward the ceiling, opening up your shoulder blades, head is dangling. And then lower back down to neutral. At the height of my spine stretch, I imagine that my transverse is so strong, it's pulling the weight out of my knees. Okay, see if you can wrap your head around that. It's so strong, it feels like my knees are barely touching the ground. Okay, that's the lifting of your pelvic floor. Inhale, exhale, wrap, head dangles, spine's reaching for the ceiling, transverse. Good, and then back to neutral. Nicely done. Okay, let's make our way back down onto the mat. We're gonna roll over onto our back. Okay, now another great way, obviously, to stretch our spine is rolling into a ball. Okay, so into a ball as we're laying down on the ground, we would have our legs in chair, right? And then we're gonna tilt our pelvis forward so much that our knees go to our chest. And we can wrap our arms around our knees and pull our shoulders up off the ground and our head. Okay, so that's another way to get a spine stretch, rolling up into a ball this way. It just doesn't quite have the same freeing feeling, I guess I would say, because we're laying on our back and we're smushing those muscles. Okay, but back to that, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick stretch and a spinal rotation. So our legs are up in chair. We're gonna let them fall over to one side of the body. So mine's initiating by falling to the left. All right, and I'm gonna take my gaze to the right, and I'm gonna mentally go through the process of letting go in my inner thighs and the backs of my knees, the places where I hold on to tension. And I'm trying to release the muscles in my back that I might be worried about. Allowing that rotation to happen through my rib cage as I try and keep my right shoulder blade down to the mat and relaxing through my chest. Good. Now we would roll back over to center, draw our knees to the chest and let them slowly fall to the right side of our bodies. Okay, and then once you've gotten them down to a position where they can't go any further, and hopefully you're comfortable, you can begin releasing through your inner thighs and the backs of knees. Extend that left arm out, palm up, take your gaze over there, and then start releasing in your low back. Releasing in your chest. Excellent. Now roll back to the center. All right, resettle what it feels like for your pelvis to rest evenly onto the mat. Take one last breath, inhaling through your nose, into the chest, and exhaling out the mouth, feeling your low belly sink, flatten, and wrap towards your spine. Nicely done. Keep working on that breath. Make it a part of what you do all the time. Make that core concentration and wrapping a part of your everyday habits. Great job, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend.